what a wonderful session that we noticed by Professor Nadeem. Sir, thank you so much for enlightening us with all the knowledge collaborated that you've put in the presentation. Well, there are so many things that I could talk about. The highlights, first of all. So the highlight for me was the happiness part. That's what is what we're looking out for. Everything that we do is, end of the day, is a satisfaction level. Whether it be happiness, whether it be money, whether it be multiple things. I want you to just throw a little bit of light and enlighten our viewers and make them more human that you could be.
Thank you so much for asking that question. I'm really pleased to be here. As I said in my presentation this morning, one of the things that I think we really have to pay attention to as we move forward with digital innovation, digital marketing and digitization, and actually digital transformation of the company and the state and the nation is that if you look at the statistics, in 2007, United States was listed as among the top 10. It was number 7 on the Happiness Index. Happiness Index actually is done for the last, I think, about 15 years now, where this is measured specifically. There are some mechanics and parameters to see in a developed country such as United States or the UK or the Western Europe and the Scandinavian countries particularly, and of course Southeast Asia, are the people happy as the digitization progresses? So United States, 2007, among top 10, and then 2016 data shows that the US has fallen to number 19 on the happiness index. And the question is, why? The why part, I think, is most important for an institute such as Symbiosis Institute here in Hyderabad, which I'm happy to be here, is that as we teach our MBA graduates, as faculty members, as staff, and academicians, is that what are we teaching them? Because if you look at the numbers, 3% of the GDP or the employment in any country, such as in India and the United States, 3% of them are employed in the high-tech sector. That means that the 97% of people are not working in the high-tech sector. What does it mean? Primarily for a common man, what it means is that universities such as Symbiosis and many others have a huge opening there. Because not everybody can be a software engineer or software programmer or a coder or a data scientist. There are 97% of people working in all different fields. So that means these graduates who have management skills, who have hopefully developed some people skills to go out in the community, in the industry, and lead them and take them towards that happiness index. How do we do it? And I said a few things. Number one, I have this iPhone in my hand. We are constantly, 18 hours at least, on average, the data shows that we are distracted out of 24 hours. And then as digitization progresses, there is another field of study that is being intensely done by psychologists and economists, is this data making us happy or not? If this is making happy, I come from the United States, US, right? The question is why US has fallen to a 19th position in 2016? And why Scandinavian countries such as Norway, Finland, and Switzerland are among the top 5 and top 7? It's a simple question to ask and answer. And one of the ways to do is perhaps find a way in those 24 hours to unplug this, at least for an hour, or do it at least for half an hour for yourself, for your family, for your friends. Instead of spending time constantly on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all the other gadgets. Find time for yourself and spend it with yourself. Go out, meet your friends, sit with your family. When you're having a dinner, don't check your email. Do not check your text message. They are the most important people in your life. You're supposed to be with them, but you're on this gadget. It's a tragedy. So digital innovation, digital transformation should not lead us to an index where we fall to a number 19th or number 25th or number 50 position. We are supposed to be, especially with such an enormous progress, and India now is getting there. 8% of GDP now is in the high-tech sector. Hopefully in next 5 to 7 years, it may be 12 to 15%. But the policymakers, academics, psychologists, and leaders of the community in this country particularly have a social responsibility to make sure as we progress in the digital skill set, we also progress on the happiness index. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, happiness index, brainstorming our brains, not only to be digital, but to be more human. Well, with that note, I'm going to get you some more interviews. Stay tuned. This is Samir with ASMA.